shouting, full of fire and smoke, preaching about the world like it's some kind of joke. Says he loves peace, but his tongue cuts deep, keeps folks awake when they trying to sleep. 1 second smiling, next he's throwing flames, talking so wild they forgot his name. He got the mind-stained blues, Lord, can't you see? Every word he speaks spill misery. Folks don't argue, they just refuse. They walk away from that mind-stained blues. You got the mind-stained blues, oh yes, it's true. Every time he talks, something foul comes through. Got a mouth full of facts that don't hold no weight. Spits like he's wise, but he's preaching hate. Claims he's a healer, claims he's woke, but his love's just a cruel man's joke. Joy to rage like a rattlesnake strike, talking about peace while he picks a fight. He got the mind-stained blues, can't wash it off. Every word he spilled just makes folks scoff. Folks don't listen, they pay no dues. They done tuned out them mind-stained blues. Yeah, he got the mind-stained blues and it sticks like glue. The more he talks, the less sounds true. Mirror full of lies, dressed up like grace, painted smile on a weathered face. But you scratch that mask, and what you find is thorns in a crown and a crooked mind. Talks about sinners, but he sins the same. Blame in the fire, but he feeds the flame. Every word's a trap, every smile's a blade, and folks walk off when the dues get paid. Ain't no reasoning, ain't no peace, just a river of noise that never cease. He got the mind-stained blues soaked down deep. Ain't no prayer gonna help him sleep. Folks just sigh, they've had their cues. Ain't no fixing that mind-stained blues. Yeah, he got the mind-stained blues, and we all knew that every word he speaks just turns the sky untrue. So if you see him coming, don't catch his eye, or you'll wear them stains till the day you die.
Yeah. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Creating Change. Appreciate y'all being here. Let me adjust this camera just a little bit. Hey, shout out to everybody, man. We got Wednesday coming up on us, man. This is just our chance to get together. Holler at everybody, see what's going on. Shout out to the world. Appreciate y'all being here. My name is Guy. This is Creating Change. Good vibes, always good vibes, my friend. Got a lot of things happened in the past week that I reckon I'll share along the way because I got to get it out somehow or another. So this will be the way that I do it. We all have times where we're going to get tested just a bit, and our faith is going to be tested, our grit's going to be tested, our salt's going to be tested, however you want to say it. Well, this week I for the first time in my life, I'm going through what appears to be cancer with my mother, and I'm not too sure about everything yet because we're just now getting on this journey. She was just diagnosed Friday, but I actually feel truly inspired by the speed in which that everything's taking place. Everything seems to be clicking together. My wife's really come in there and helped me a bunch, and um, it just seems like the more that I keep reminding myself, and I told my mother, you know, it doesn't mean a death sentence at all. And the truth of the matter is as people, and especially as a Christian man, our lives are one day at a time, forever. That's life. It's one day at a time. and you take a breath in the morning, you be thankful that you got up and you do what you can for that day and then wash, rinse, repeat. So that's what I'm leaning in on is that one, it has no power over us. I've already taken its power away and I've give it to Jesus, and now it that burden is no longer there. We're past that. Now it's about recognizing that every day of our lives, regardless of what you've been diagnosed with or not been diagnosed with, is seriously one day at a time, right? We're not guaranteed any of it. So the guarantee is that when you wake up, you recognize that you're awake, and that's your cue to be thankful again in whatever way that fits best for your world. I'm not the kind of dude to push things on anybody, but I have my way. Silence is my way. A lot of times, I find that I hear best when everything is just good and quiet, and I can get to myself and just kind of think about things and you know truly come to my understanding of it. It may not fit for everybody. Maybe there's some that they really need to talk. Maybe they need to talk it out. I mean, and I encourage however it is you get through it. For me, once you get past the letting the people know that will spread it and let everybody know that wants to know, which that's good that got plenty of family that's willing to step in that way and kind of just relay messages and stuff. But then just getting that opportunity to take a couple days, a few days and just think about it and just think about everything. And I find that I'm just as thankful, if not just a little, just a bunch more. I'm not gonna stop with that. I'm not gonna we're not gonna give it that kind of power over. See, I truly believe that we give the power away in these circumstances, no matter what. We give the power away if we allow it to fold our spirit in. Doesn't mean you can't be sad, because I've shed my tears. I couldn't even talk about it the first couple days. Oh, but I think that's a human thing. Like I don't care what anybody thinks, especially at this point in my life. Certainly not ashamed. Um, for me, my mom, that was the first hand I guess I ever held that meant anything to me, and just the very presence of her walking in the room, would make you feel better when you was a kid. It's so it you take that. Now I allow that these days. I allow myself to be emotional because I know that things mean something to me. They mean something. You know, I've loved out loud my whole life, and some people would think that maybe that gets you hurt, and it does. It does. It gets you disappointed. You put your confidence and faith in people, and it don't turn out exactly the way that you think it should. But for those that it does, they know. I don't have to talk to them every day. I don't have to I don't have to talk to them at all, because upon our last departure, they know, and they know that that don't change, and it don't change their what from their side either. So, I'm just thankful that I have that support system in my life today. I'm thankful that it's always been there. Um, so lean in on your family, lean in on your faith, and it's always about good vibes for me, man. The things we like, guys, the sharpest thing that you'll ever wield on this earth is your tongue. The things you allow to come out of your mouth will directly reflect the spirit that you reflect, that you have, that you are. And I refuse to allow it to you know to let me bend in that kind of way. It's always going to be good vibes and keeping our spirits up and thinking and being cognizant of the moment. Just super important these days, guys. Maybe today more than it was a couple days ago. So shout out to you guys. I see you, brother Gen X. I see you. Shout out to you, brother Clint. I appreciate you, brother Matt. Thank you, man. Have a safe drive. Said I'm driving. Be listening. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you. My couple members there. I appreciate you guys, man. Brother Gen X and Tico. Yeah, it's been one of those weeks where uh it tests your salt, and you'd be lying, as at least I would be as a human being. I'd be lying if there, wasn't a small part of me, yeah, you start asking this, you start wanting to find fault or blame or man, there is no fault and blame. It's life. As cold as that sounds, man, we start our lives off headed towards the end. And it's about all the things in between there. And most importantly, I think the dignity in life is found how we go out. No, it doesn't mean that you're not going to, have sad and all this kind of, but I mean, just for me, it's about keeping the faith, man. It's about keeping the faith. The very person that helped mold the the man that I am now is in is it has got a fight ahead of her, and I know that now more than ever is the time for me to reflect that man that she instilled in me to be, along with my dad. um Now's that time that it and this is what I signed on for. Uh, this is what I'm here for. This is why I wanted to live where I live. This is why that they're my neighbor. This is why everything is exactly the way it is. This is exactly the way that it was supposed to be. And I'm thankful that there was a piece of me, even in my stupor and in my dumb stuff, still could see that. That's how strong of a person these two people raised. Was even in the lowest times of my life, I was still preparing for what I knew was my work. That was going to be this is my legacy. My family is my legacy. The way in which that my parents will get to enjoy their time or spend their time in this last little walk that we have together, whether it's them first or me, then we're going to do it right here beside each other, right here. And I can't think of nothing better to call my legacy than to be a son that was here for everything, and also to be a husband and a dad and a friend. We got room in my life to be all of them. Didn't think I did at one point, but I do. I do. And I'm just thankful and I appreciate it. Hey, brother Clint, man, I appreciate. So I almost reached out over you, but I thought on it. I felt like I wanted space, but hey, man, I appreciate that. Just know that you're always welcome to reach out. But I appreciate that, man. Because hey, Mimi Bear, I see you. support to you. Shout out to you drinking a Pepsi. I can't say it's cold because I don't drink cold drinks most of the time, but mm, it is Pepsi. Shout out to them. You can drop the pallet off out here and we'll call it even for all the times that I've spoke nicely of you and you ain't done nothing for me. But anyway, I'm not even going into that this evening. That's a total other thing. But yeah, hey, Clint, I feel like for me it works best to give myself that space so that I don't allow myself one, I don't want to react in anger. And I don't like for people to see me I like to be a solid man. And that doesn't mean that, it doesn't mean that breaking down in your own way, like there's anything again. For me, it's just about, man, I need my time to get things worked out in my head. Call it whatever you want. It's not me burying my head in the sand by no means. I mean, I just need that space to be able to sit and breathe and kind of take things in and that's just the way it works for me. And then my reactions and I have a lot of relaying of messages that I need to do to my family, to my mom's family and my dad's family and anybody else that wants to know information in the family. And I find it extremely important that I do not allow my emotions to get ahead of I don't never want to be guilty of being a drama person because I think drama ends up getting you in trouble. Now, everybody in my life in Maryland, my family, my people, everybody in my life knows that there ain't no kind of shit like that comes out of me. And if I do speak on something, then they listen when I speak because I ain't one to go around, you know, praying, having people pray for my ingrown toenails and stuff. It's like, I take things very seriously like that. I don't care what other people do. This is a me thing. And that's why me and Facebook didn't get along well in some ways. Uh, I just don't want to hear it. I don't, when I feel like it's a bunch of drama crap, I just don't want to hear it. I ain't got room in my life for that. So I try not to bestow that upon other people, but I also know that I need to be honest with them about things and make sure that they have information because they're prayer warriors first and foremost, 100%. So any information I can give them is just going to strengthen their prayers. But it's also any information I give them, and I make sure it's not from just an emotional standpoint, that it's a qualified statement, then that gives them informed information to make their decisions on as to how they want what they want to do. Because I respect them enough that, I want them to to be led by the Spirit and do what they feel led to do. Because right now, that's what I'm doing. And I ain't asking nobody's permission. And I don't really need nobody to qualify it for me. That's what I'm doing. But I want them to have that same opportunity as well. And the way that I pass that on to them as a nephew and a cousin and just a brother in Christ, um, is I give them true, accurate information without my emotional, without anything, without any kind of, without any kind of crap. I don't know any other way to say it. Without any other kind of stuff. So that's what I'm focused on, and I don't care if it eats up, if that's what all my life becomes. I don't care, but that's the way I'm going to do it. Um, but I guess with that being said, good vibes, my friends. I'm asking for prayers for my mom, for any of you guys out there that believe in it. It's some good vibes, good thoughts, good prayers for my family and my mama and just all of us, the Bandy family. We would appreciate it. And we thank you. and we're in good spirits. Everybody's in good spirits. Mama's in good spirits. She had a good day today. Thank God. But it's always been one day at a time, guys. It's always been one day at a time. We just fail to recognize it on a daily basis. And I think for me and for most of us, it would probably be a good practice to recognize it on the daily. But yeah, man. So far, man, been a pretty productive week for us. We got our little garden out this evening. Well, not we had other stuff. We got maters out last week and some what else was it? Cabbage. Um, our rhubarb is doing great. I'll have to take a video of everything for you guys and share it with y'all. I've been kind of just this week I just kind of laid low and just kind of done my thing. But yeah, I'll share it with you. We we put in our broccoli today, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, and my dad he done 4 4 by 8 uh planter boxes over in his garden spot to start with this year. Uh so me and my son we finished that up for him as he was coming in this evening. Uh he brought us in the last little bit of dirt that he was bringing in to fill those 4 boxes of we're gonna I think he said he's gonna buy 20 has 20 more bags he's gonna put in there, but they're gonna be awesome. That'll help him a bunch as far as, dad's 84 years old, so he don't need to be crawling around on the ground and stuff. Get him up on them boxes where he can kindly sit down and be able to do what he's gonna do, but hell, he gets around better than I do, let's be honest, man. But it'll do good. He's got some great dirt, and all that. So all that's always good when you're trying to plant and everything. Thank you, brother Clint. Love and prayers, big hugs to mama. Mama, if you're listening, you heard that from brother Clint, from all of us. Um, she'll be watching back tomorrow, man. She watches all of them. So shout out to you, mom. We've been you was the star of this show and always have been. You know. But yeah, man, we're all doing good. Got our little gardens going. My dad's got his stuff ready to put in his boxes and stuff now. We put that landscape paper underneath the boxes on the ground, then put a layer of about a 3-inch layer or so of this mulch that I got out here, and then we put dirt that dad had picked up out at Farm Bureau. 40 bags, I think, is what I don't know how many it was. I don't know. It was let's see. Yeah, it was 40 bags. It's four boxes, 10 bags apiece, and we're gonna put 5 more in them. I think's what he said he wanted. But they're gonna do good. You know what I mean? They'll do real good. Hey, Kyle Vlog, shout out to you, my friend. Shout out to you. Appreciate you being here, man. Good vibes to you. But yeah, we got most of right up here beside the house where I put this little garden spot. Just put my made. Oh, I put peppers. Made. I got tomatoes, peppers. Our rhubarb we've had growing there. This is its 3rd year. I've got asparagus. This is its 3rd year, and I got a couple other things that are been planted, but then put out tomatoes, peppers, cabbages, broccoli, cauliflower. That's what I was forgetting. Cauliflower and Brussels sprouts and cabbages. Anyway, we put out what we had, and then I planted green onions around all of my tomatoes. That's how I do it. I don't put them in a row. I just put them around like the ones that we're gonna just eat as they come up green. I just stick them right down in the ground beside my little tomato plants as they grow. I figure it gives the crows a couple more options before they pluck my tomatoes off. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Seems to work sometimes. At least I get something. Get something for my money. But man, that cold spell, I probably stunted the one of them. I think it stunted it, but it didn't get the other ones. But anyway, yeah, man, it's that time. I like this time of year a heck of a lot better than I do the winter time. I'm glad to see the weather breaking and it getting warm, man. Being able, you know, just like the warm weather better. I ain't gonna lie to you. But good vibes, my friends. Yeah, man. Been a good solid week. Been a good solid week. Another few months now, maybe we'll get us a tomato plant or tomato and some green onion or some broccoli and stuff. Our broccoli the year before last, man, it did awesome. I don't even know why. I don't know what the heck happened. All of our stuff that we stuck in the ground just did excellent. Now I'm not saying I'm any kind of gardener or nothing because I'm not. Cost me a fortune. Uh buying dirt and all this other crap. But now my little garden spot's full of good dirt to plant in, you know what I mean? It took a couple years of dumping cleaning the barn out here where the goats was at and putting that in there and putting actual bags of Fox Farm over in it, and it's good dirt. It's good dirt, but it costed a fortune to get that dirt. So now I need to grow some vegetables and get something back out of it. Otherwise, I just got a really expensive piece of dirt that maybe I could just fence off that piece of dirt and sell it to somebody. It's really good dirt. I mean, better than the other dirt around it. Should be worth a little bit more, you'd think. But yeah, got to get us another peach tree too. My goats ruined our peach tree. I knew they were though. Once they ate the bark, why was I going to stop them? Just eat the rest of it. It had already give us peaches the year before for the first time. They killed it. They ate the bark all the way around it. Killed it. That is 4 o'clock. So, but the goats are gone. They went to a good home. They didn't go to slaughter or nothing like that. They went to a good home where they can live out their days being goats. But I had to get them out of my neighborhood. My neighbors was gonna hate me. My neighbor, Miss Denise, planted her flowers over here, and by the time she walked back in up to her house and walked onto the porch, my goats had walked over to the flowers she had just planted and was standing there chewing on them. She didn't get mad or nothing, but you know, can't let your goats be eating everybody's stuff. And you gotta watch, man, because they'll jump up on cars and everything. They were rough. They were cool. They were cool, but daggone, they were rough, man. They tore up everything. That building out there, it was in pretty good shape. I mean, it's not extremely bad, but man, they were rough. They were tough. I'm telling you, man. Daggone things. It was hardcore. How's everything going? Oh, it's going good. Kyle, going good, man. Oh, shout out to you. I'm glad you stopped in. I see you there. I don't know how to say your name, Joze. I see. I don't know. I don't Bratislava. I don't know what that means, but hey, howdy. Good to see you. My name is Guy. This is Creating Change. We're just hanging out, man. Good vibes. I was telling everybody about our little family news and about just things that we're going through and getting our garden going. Man, it's been a whirlwind, but we're doing good, getting by. Gonna share a little song out to you guys. Let y'all hear. This is one of my favorite people in the world that I like to hear sing. This is my Aunt Chris singing a song that man, I can't never remember the name of it. Y'all remember the name of it when I sing. But anyway, right here is my beautiful Aunt Chris singing for us. I'll be back in just a couple minutes, man. Always good vibes, my beautiful people.
stars, one and all, knows how much sand is on the shore. He sees every sparrow that falls. He made the mountains and the seas. He's in control of everything, of all creation, great and small. And he knows my name, every step that I take, every move that I make, every tear that I've cried. He knows my name when I am overwhelmed by the pain and can't see the light of day. I know I'll be just fine, 'cause he knows my name. I don't know what tomorrow will bring. I can't tell you what's in store, 'cause I don't know what the future holds. And no, I don't have all the answers to the questions of life, but I know in whom I have believed. He knows my name, every step that I take, every move that I make, every tear that I've cried. He knows my name when I am overwhelmed by the pain. I can't see the light of day. I know I'll be just fine, 'cause he knows my name. He knew who I was when he carried my cross. He knew that I would fail him, so he took the loss. He knows my name, every step that I take, every move that I make, every tear that I've cried. He knows my name when I am overwhelmed by the pain. I can't see the light of day. I know I'll be just fine, 'cause he knows my name. Every move that I make, every tear that I've cried. He knows my name when I am overwhelmed by the pain. I can't see the light of day. I know I'll be just fine, 'cause he knows my name. Every move that I've made and every tear that I have cried.
Yeah. Shout out to my Aunt Chris. What a wonderful song. He knows my name. I don't know why. Every time I can't never remember, and that's one of the easiest ones to remember the title to. But for whatever reason, anyway, he knows my name. My Aunt Chris, she just loves to sing, and uh, she sent that to me there a while back, and I still got it there. So I just like to play it. My mama likes to hear her sing, and so do I. So I hope the rest of you do. Shout out to everybody. Appreciate y'all being here. My name is Guy. This is Creating Change. Yeah, we've been talking about my family, uh, we went through a little something different this past week. My mom, they found a spot on her lung. Um, she's been having a few issues, and um, it's indicative of of cancer, but we still have some things to go find out. We have an oncologist appointment, and getting the ball rolling, and thankful for how I know how slow some of those things can be, so I'm thankful for how fast things seem to be coming together. I'm asking for prayers, good vibes, thoughts, kindness, love. I see you. Jimena asked me to extend it. Thank you, Miss Jimena. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Mama appreciates it. Um, thank you. You know, it really is a there's a power within people focusing their thoughts, even if it's only for a millisecond. If I could get my mother in the thoughts and prayers of countless people, then I believe that there's a power within that, even if it's for a split second, even if it's for a nanosecond, there's power within that. So I've always made it a point that when I ask people to pray, then it's sincere because I think that not that it ever is wrong to ask for prayer. I just like to know that people know that I'm being genuine about it, because I do believe in the power of it. And when I tell somebody that I'm going to pray for them, then I make sure that I speak their name, and I make sure that I say that prayer if I say I'm going to. So, I believe that there is a power within that. In our family, we appreciate it and we feel it and we know it, and we just know how important that is. And I think that recognizing that, one of the first things that came to my mind to say to my mom, which I would say to my best friend, which she's my mom, my best friend. Um, got a couple friends that are my best friends, but you know what I mean. I would say it to people I care about, but our lives have always been one day at a time. Always been that. We have never been promised, guaranteed anything, uh, any moment, not even a blink. So, you know, recognize that, embrace that, and just lean in on that, man. We take that power away from that word by saying, I give it to Jesus. I give it to him. Now that word has no power over me anymore. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about, keeping my spirit and keeping my thoughts on, you know, the everlasting life that my mom built by being here on this earth. And I think all of us in our own way strive to do that. She's left an indelible mark on the people that she's got to be a part of her life, and she's got a lot more to go. So we're leaning in on that. We're going to lean in on that. And that's what I would say that to anybody that it's okay to be sad, and it's okay to it's okay to let all those emotions fly, but in the end, we bring ourselves back. My North Star is keeping my spirit elevated, because the elevation, uh, it almost makes you feel like that when you may have to force it upon yourself at first. For me, it's my dogs. I say it all the time. It's my dogs. It used to be my little dog, little Buggy. God bless him. God bless him. You cannot tell me that the Holy Spirit ain't in them either. You can't tell me that it ain't. But anyway, that's a different story. But they help set me in the right tone every day. Every day. Sometimes a couple times, several times a day. Uh just because they're so happy to be a part of your life. They're just so happy to see you in the morning. They're so happy to get to come over and wag their tail with you and have you rub them for a minute and put them out the door. And, but it seems like in that practice, then I elevate myself to a point where then there's certain things that don't have no effect on me because I've already picked my spirit up above that. All it's doing is just filling in some voids down there maybe, but it ain't affecting my foundation at all. Uh, just but if you allow yourself, I guess what I'm trying to say, I'm having a hard time finding the words to say what I want to say. So, it's just, it feels like it's my way of, if you're already down and then something little hits you, it'll just not, it seems like it just knocks you even harder. But if you've allowed yourself to raise up, then those little things that might would have really affected you if you would have allowed yourself to be down in a moment, then they don't have the same kind of effect on you because you've lifted yourself up above that. Your spirit's too high at this point for it to affect you. Doesn't mean that there isn't other things that come in and battle it. It's a daily battle, it's an hourly battle sometimes. It's a minute battle sometimes, but that's that's what I lean in on is where my head space is and how I'm, you know, whether I'm allowing something that I can't do a freaking thing about in any sort of way affect me and knock me off my game. And I try to put myself in check. I try to make sure that that's not the persona I want to give off. It's not how I feel. Um so that's not the reflection of me that I want people to have. And I think that's why, getting back to my original point earlier about, needing my time, it's not about you don't want to talk to people, it's about I need a chance to it's my chance to line things in and focus myself in on not only what I need to do, but also take in take in what's been said, take in what I know to be fact right now, and not allow not allow the emotional side of me to plant seed to thought that isn't fact yet. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to allow that. There's still steps to be taken. There's still things to be found out, and I'm gonna allow room for the spirit to work. I'm gonna allow room for goodness to work. I'm gonna allow room. I'm gonna allow that space. I owe it, and take it like that. That seems that's the way that I feel like I want to approach most things in my life these days. I try not to make rash decisions. I try not to make crazy. I lived a whole life of that, and these days I've tried to truly slow it on down and just kind of mellow out, not allow my anger out of my pocket, and try to think things through and make sure that I'm applying, every bit of knowledge that I have to making a decision about things and about everything, you know. But for all of you guys that's out there, man, that's ever listened to me or ever heard me or ever been a part of my journey, I appreciate you guys. My family has just embraced this whole YouTube experience, my mother especially. Um, I know you'll see some videos out there that says your family will never support your YouTube. That's not true in my situation. They're my biggest fans. And you know, just know that all your good thoughts, all your good vibes and your prayers, they definitely are not going unheard. And our family appreciates it. So we thank you sincerely. My mom thanks you. Um, my dad, my sister, my aunts, my uncles, we all thank you sincerely. Um, I know that everybody handles things differently, and I don't never want to come off cold or harsh, but I have to process things the way that I see, and I promised myself on this little YouTube journey as I grew into it that, not only my videos a lot of times are going to be a direct reflection of what I'm thinking through or processing, but now with our live streaming moments, that's I guys, I it's about getting things said, getting things off my chest, and it's about sharing with other people how I'm processing through this. I don't know if it's right or wrong for everybody. It's what working for me, and it's how I get through these times. And somehow it makes me feel better to just talk to this microphone and this camera. Of course, I have my wife, and I have my friends. I have my best friend Zachary, and my dad and sister and everything, and my mom. Um, but I enjoy having this time to even, you kind of feel like you're sitting here talking to yourself, and you are, I guess, in some, in all reality, other than who's on the other side. But that makes it not to yourself. And then it feels like that somehow you're chronicling your thoughts at that particular time. And I can't imagine what some of these videos would have been like 10 years ago, about 15 butt heavies in, and, woo, those would have been some good ones, let me tell you. That's why I'm thankful. But anyway, getting back, I appreciate you guys, always good vibes. But yeah, man, that's why that I promised myself I would never, never be drinking or anything like that on like I would never do that because I wouldn't want to say anything that I don't really mean or that is stupid or anything. So I just don't do that. If I say anything stupid, it's just because I said something stupid, not because of alcohol or drugs or anything like that. But yeah, man, yeah, just good vibes. Good vibes for I'm gonna start a weekly and I'm gonna ask my mom what time she would like to do it, because I'm gonna do it for her. But I'm gonna start a weekly, and it's probably gonna be morning time sometime, because my mom likes to sit up in the morning time. So whatever time, one time a week, um, I'm gonna start doing some. I'm gonna just come on and I'm gonna open my Bible up and I'm gonna have a little discussion about a scripture or two, and it's not gonna be nothing heavy or anything. It's just gonna be, just talking about some things. My mom really enjoys it. I really enjoy it right now. Um, to practice what I preach, I'm gonna lean in on it, and I know everything, every piece of information I need to battle this is right there in that book. So I'm gonna practice what I preach. Not that I'm a preacher, because I'm not. But if I was, then this is exactly what I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna open it up and we're gonna take some time with a couple scriptures and just talk about it and learn together. Take questions if there's questions or anything like that or comments. I'll do my best to keep up with them, but I'm not gonna go crazy trying to keep up with too many. But we'll have open discussion. Hey, thank you, Matt. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Um, yeah, well, I tell you, man. Hey, there's Miss Patty. There's Miss Patty. Hey, your package is in the mail. And once again, I was a little bit late, but we had a little bit of an emergency come up uh with my mom, and I wasn't able to get everything done on Friday morning because my mom and we went to the ER that Friday morning. So I got it in the mail though Monday. Monday, I think is when I got it in the mail. So it's there. It's coming. It's coming. I'm a man of my word. I'm just a little late, but I made it. Shout out to Miss Patty. Been a huge, huge part of creating change since the very beginning, and I appreciate all of your support. Thank you. Thank you. No, it's in the mail. It was aggravating me so bad because I done told, and I was so excited to get it to you, and it, it was like, man, I'm afraid that I'm gonna start sounding like a liar because it's like every time I tell a story, they get bigger and bigger. Like, but this one's true. This one's I wasn't lying. I just had a lot on my plate, but I did get it. I Everything's mellowed out. Mom's doing good. They found a spot on her chest, on her lung, indicative of what we call cancer, but we haven't been to to find out more about it. So that's kind of the what I know. Everything is getting in order and everything, but yeah, just had a little bit of a twist, but we got it going on, man. Hey, thanks, Matt. Yeah, mom's going, she's doing good. She's keeping good spirits. She's not been feeling well. Been having some few different issues over the past few months, and then they done whatever kind of scan it is out there at the ER the other day, and they found a 4 cm inch mass, a 4 centimeter 4 centimeter mass on her lung, and but they got her they got her scheduled into the oncologist on the 28th, and then you know thank God everything's getting put together fast, and we got some awesome prayer warriors on our side, and we feel it, and you know, it's super important. It's super important to keep your spirit up, and I will not give power to that word. I just will not do that. I take that power, and I don't. I rebuke it. I don't give power to it. It has nothing to do in my life but to get out of it. And I give it to Jesus. That's what I do with it. I cast that right on out of my life. It has no power over me or my mother or my family. It's not the way and that's not the way. I'm not going to allow that. I spoke it into existence. Y'all heard it. That word has no power over me, over my mom, or over any of my family. No matter what. It does not have no power. Give it to Jesus. And we're going to ride it out. And we're going to keep our spirit up and know that every day of our life has been one day at a time. Every single day I'm just gonna take a little bit more note of it from now on. And I think all of us take that lesson out of things that scare us or bring thought to us or make us step back. And I think that's what makes us grow as human beings and makes us wise. Being realistic, but also being faithful and leaning in on and for me it's super important. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I'm not going to speak something out of my mouth and not live by it. Not going to do it. I will not do that. I will not tell somebody else to do something that I won't do myself. And that includes walking on faith. That includes being a little bit scared, but it's still taking that step. That's 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 my that's how I keep my direction is I am not going to give that kind of power to something like that. I'm just not going to do it. It's up to me. It's up to me. And it also speaks in the Bible not to get too carried away, but it also says that I have some power over what's in my family too. And I've already took the power away from that word. We don't give it no power. Don't care what it does. It has no it that we have always been living one day at a time, and that ain't changed none. And we're gonna keep on living that way, one day at a time, guys. Sweet Jesus. That's all I'm asking from you, right? One day at a time. Keep on keeping on. Thank you, Miss Patty and Matt. Appreciate it, man. Amen. Give it to Jesus all the way. I agree with that, man. And that's the power. That's the power for folks that are in question and wonder why Christians are Christians because we have that ability to give it back. And so do you. Everybody has that ability. You know what I mean? I think I think and I'm gonna get ready and wrap this up. It's coming up on my hour. I don't wanna wear out my welcome. But I think for those of us that try our best to walk on faith and try our best to not push anything down anybody's throat, but just as a personal thing, kind of just always be willing to shine that light. And a light isn't really useful without darkness. There's going to be a battle. There is that battle. That good evil battle. And you envelop yourself in that cocoon. As a Christian, that those battles are going to come in, and it's how we handle it, and it's how we keep stepping forward that shines that light for others that are like, wow. Even with all that, it's like the story of Job, right? All the things he had go wrong and still believed. Well, that's what we do. There's things gonna go wrong. It's life. Life without a death, you can't call it life, right? You're just a being. You're just being. There's no death, you don't have a life. So we all recognize, just by recognizing life, that there has to be an end. And for those of us living this life, then there's going to be times where you're going to have hard times. Then there's going to be times where you don't feel those hard times. But it's how we handle those that shines that light. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be sad, but it's also okay to wipe your eyes and move on. And it's also okay to, you know, get quiet. Be quiet. Just listen. Just be quiet. Still. That's when you can hear your thoughts. You can give yourself that space, that time to, you know, let your as I said, let my mind fly around the room. Give yourself that space and we all have to handle things the way we see fit. I see fit to handle it in an open, honest sort of way. We got a journey ahead of us. Oh, I'm not scared no more. I am super on point. It's what if it's all that my legacy of a man is in this world, then that's fine with me. I'm gonna do everything humanly possible to be there every step of the way. Every step of the way. And I already know that it's been given back. And the power that is at work is not that word. That word doesn't have anything to do in my life. I've give all the power to Jesus, and it's all I just give it all right back. Now we move forward one day at a time. One day at a time. Don't know how many more times we got that, but every time I'm gonna be thankful for it out loud. I've loved out loud my whole life. I've been thankful out loud my whole life, and that's the way I'm gonna keep on being. Uh, sometimes, sometimes I know I'm gonna get confused and not understand, but you know what? For me, I'm just thankful to be here. I'm thankful. I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful to be a part of this life, and I'm thankful that I'm able to be here with with the ability to process this in a sober, uh, planned sort of way. Uh, that's just super important to me. Super important to me. Always good vibes, my beautiful people. I know I had a long one. I had to get some things spoke on. It makes me feel better. I feel better. I do. I really appreciate all you guys. Thank you, brother Clint, Matiko. I appreciate you, brother Matt. Thank you. Uh, that's right. How can we appreciate? Yes, Miss Patty. How can we appreciate the light if we don't go through some darkness? That's so true. And that's one of those things like, we are too stupid. And here I know I veer, but we are too stupid as human beings that and God was smart enough to know this, that man, if everything in our life was perfect and just great, we would abuse it just like in the garden, right? I mean, it takes seeing bad for us as humans to give praise to the good and to grab a hold of it. And for some of us, we just want to keep reaching for bad. But it takes both. It takes both. Lucifer was a powerful, powerful angel, and still at work, guys. Still at work. And you can put that armor around you. There's no room for evil where Jesus is. So you fill yourself with the knowledge, but also with the quiet time. Cause see, I think that until I have my moments where I can be still and be quiet and shut up and get the noise out of my ear, get the tweets out of my face, and just allow my brain, allow the quiet to talk to you, allow the peace to be a part of your life. And I can't find that peace without some quiet. um, and feed yourself that knowledge that was give to us in the Bible to battle all these spiritual battles that we come on. Everything we need to do to battle them, to take on that, is within that book. Everything that we need to pick ourselves up, everything that we need to learn and to grow as human beings and be better people is within that book. So that's why that soon this week, um, whatever works great for my mother. I'm a mama's boy, all the way to the white meat, right straight to the core. So I am going to find out from her what time she would like to do it. Um, she can sit down there and be able to watch and go along and be a part of everything. Um, and we're gonna do a Bible talk. We're gonna open our Bible up, and I'm gonna practice what I preach, because right now I can use all the word and all the bread that I can take on, and I can also find a lot of enjoyment in it, and I do find a lot of enjoyment in it, and no better time than the present. Uh, and I just know that my mother would enjoy that, and and so that's what I'm gonna do. So, probably, uh, I'll have to look at dates, but whatever works good for mom as far as morning time, probably around 8, something like that, or something. I don't know. Probably around 8 in the morning, my time, Eastern Standard Time. And I'll probably start on, uh, Monday, and I might do it more than one day a week. I don't know. I'm gonna be led by the Spirit, guys. If you've ever wanted to know what it looks like for a man to be led by the Spirit, then I encourage you just to keep on following along with me, because that's the walk I'm on. I'm gonna allow the Spirit to lead me in the direction I'm supposed to go, and I feel led to just talk about some stuff, talk about the Bible, and enjoy that with my mom and with you guys, with whoever might would enjoy it. Um, and it's I like to think that I'm not gonna browbeat nobody or nothing. I just want to talk about things in an open, honest sort of way, the way I see it. This is creating change, so in this little part of the YouTube world, I get to call it as I see fit. As long as I'm following the guidelines, then there ain't nothing nobody can say to me, and that's the way I'm gonna do it. Um, until further notice, that's the way I'm gonna do it. So probably Monday, um, but one day this week I'm gonna start it, and then it'll probably be a day or two throughout the week. Plus, I'm still gonna do this, and I'm gonna keep playing music. I'm gonna keep doing my thing, guys. I just had some things to talk about this evening that kind of led me in a different direction. I don't care about, you know, I don't I'm not shooting for numbers, guys. I know that sounds terrible. Whoever wants to be a part of my journey is here I am. and I welcome you, and I embrace you, and I'm glad that you're here. But whether it's one or 1 million, the reward for me is still the same. Uh, Sometimes getting these things spoke about, said for me is what I need, and sometimes it's the way that I move forward myself, and that's what this journey's been about all along. It's never been about numbers for me. Never been about that. Never been about nothing like that for me. It's about living out loud, loving out loud, right in front of people, right in front of people, and doing it the way I see fit, and I'm happy with that. Hey, there's Brandon in Palm Beach. What's up, my brother? Maybe Mama can share. Hey, that's I'll tell you what, Miss Patty, you would be truly, truly impressed with my mom's vast knowledge of her Bible, and she's truly been a great teacher and a great orator of things within the Bible. Not My mom has never been a hardcore scripture quoter. And I say hardcore, I mean it in the most loving sort of way. I wish I could do it. I can't. I just can't pull them out like that. Sometimes I can get one but I'm also one. I worry about doing it wrong because there's if I can't do it word for word, then you're not supposed to do it, right? Or you're supposed to let people know. And most of the time I can't, and so I just can't do scripture like that. But her knowledge of the Bible and the stories and who was what and who did this and who did it's pretty darn good. Daggone. But my dad, he's the same way. I mean, all of my family has always been I hate I sometimes when you say the word religious, people think of, like, radical, like, nobody smiles, everybody wears dresses down to their ankles and a bonnet. That's not the way it is, which that's fine if that's the way people want, I don't care, but some of my family are a little bit more maybe staunch religious than others, but my family's just really been a faithful kind of family. I've been raised in a family where it was never a bad thing, or it was never frowned upon to have a wonderful conversation about the Bible, or question something in a sincere kind of way, or ask a question about something in a sincere kind of way. To me, as long as you're not being facetious or being ignorant, then there's no question about things that are in the Bible or something that's in there that's illegitimate or that shouldn't be asked. I think if you want to know, then one, the information's out there for you. It's in the Bible. It's right there if you want to know. But there's people out there that love that enjoy talking about it, and I like to listen to folks that I love the knowledge of the Bible, but the folks that are able to tell us a story that somehow grabs your attention in a personal kind of way and relate it back to the word, there, man, it'll overwhelm you with the spirit. You know what I mean? Man, there's been times preacher was just we had brother Lawrence out here at the church house years ago. Man, there was sometimes when he was preaching that it wasn't really like it was just a story that he told that was funny, but it was uplifting, and it was like you learned something. Uncle Jerry, same kind of way. Can can weave in and out of it and do a good job at it. I'm not that. I can't I'm not a preacher. I'm just not I'm not I Some people have that gift, like they just have it. Um, Thank you, Miss Patty. I appreciate you saying that. Hey, there's Tristan Moore. What's up, man? Welcome back. I appreciate you coming back in, man. I've been had internet issues. I understand that. We live in the mountains here. We have some issues from time to time. Uh Miss Patty, I'm so glad that you said I appreciate you saying that because uh I have tried so hard in the past 6 years of my life to make amends with everybody that I've ever done wrong. I have tried to move past all that and embrace, the person that I've always been, but I masked it behind drugs and alcohol and living hard. And man, it's just nice to know that you're finally setting a foot on the other side and getting a firm plant. I've talked about it many times about footprints in the sand, and man, it just seems like some of these journeys in our life, your feet will just be over in that loose sand for a long time. But if you just keep on stepping, then you'll eventually get worked over there to where you got a solid foot under you. And it just feels good to have it recognized that you've tried um sincerely to and I have on this YouTube journey. This has been for me, man, working some things out. Uh but also, doing it in front of people and just finding my own little way about enjoying something else in my life. Um, and it's just super important for me, man. I am a God fearing man. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe He died for our sins, and I keep it that simple. And then everything else is just extra fruit for me. But in the end, I keep it that simple. Don't have to be no more confusing than that. It is that simple. We we uh we have our chance at this beautiful thing that we call life because of the life that was given. And I think for me, I recognize that as a very young person, uh having these influences in my life and getting to hear um very knowledgeable people speak about things and watch my family go through hardships, right? And how they handled things. Like, you know, seeing that even in heartache, there was still that thankfulness. There was still that private joy found in knowing that there's been a price paid already, and all your job to do is to recognize that in the end and accept that, that's not really that difficult to me. For me, that's not that difficult. Some make it more difficult than what it is. To me, I don't see no other way because I'd feel awfully foolish to die and find out that it was true, and then, here I was a foolish person and didn't accept that into my life. Well, that made me foolish, wouldn't it? Too many great things, too many wonderful miracles that happen every day for us to not recognize them, right? Guys, good vibes, my friends. Thank you all. Brandon, I appreciate you, man. We are all ignorant about some things, but for those of us that take the time to learn, we become ignorant no longer. Yeah, you just become ignorant to one less thing. Um, because if we recognize that every day we have something else to learn, another thing to apply in our lives, something else to put in there to make us more wholesome or make us wiser or apply something that we were ignorant of before and now we know, so we're no longer ignorant to it. Uh, because that's all ignorant is just not knowing. And the one nice thing about these days is that if you want to know the information, then just ask. Ask Google, right? Chat GBT works wonders. Answer anything. That sucker's smart, man. Let me tell you. What I say at work is once you stop learning, you become obsolete. That's a fact, man. Well, you don't grow no more. You're stuck then. You're spinning your wheels then. You're eventually gonna become a relic. Oh, gotta be willing to grow, right? Like a snowball rolling down the hill just keeps getting bigger. Well, it's kind of how our lives and our knowledge is along the way. We just keep learning and growing and learning and growing. And I think as we learn and grow, and recognize things, it gives us strength to take on things in the future that we didn't see coming. You know it's coming, but you don't know when. you know, and I think building ourselves up, to a level where that those things don't affect us is super important because, you know, giving yourself those moments to get out of that rut and pick yourself up and force that reset and you elevate yourself just that little bit, then some of those things that might would have really knocked you down don't have that real chance no more. You give yourself that chance to build up a little bit, build your armor up. Yeah, like a snowball, man. Yeah, and it's like an armor, man. The more you learn, more knowledge you have, the more understanding you have. Knowledge is wisdom. Um, but I tell you, there's a difference between wisdom and applied wisdom because you can be smart enough or wise enough to know and still do. It's being it's being willing to apply the wisdom over time that becomes the art because you're willing to let yourself down from that little endorphin rush right then because you know it's not the wise choice. You know that you understand that the sharpest thing you wield in this world in your lifetime is your tongue. So you give yourself that few extra seconds of thought before you lash out. And I think that the sooner we learn to apply the wisdoms that we develop over time, the faster we start to grow as individuals in a spiritual sort of realm, in a strength sort of realm, because we can know a lot of things, but not allow ourselves the true applied wisdom of not partaking. I mean, there was many years I knew that, drinking the way I did was bad, but I did it anyway, right? Or whatever it was. Um, you know, let's see. Brandon says intelligence is knowing a lot. Wisdom is being able to know how to use it. Yeah, applying it, man. Uh, applied wisdom, man. You can have all the wisdom in the world, but if you're not willing to, well, for me, if I have to shut up, be quiet, and just allow space to have its time, allow the quiet to have the opportunity to to work things out and think about things, man. Because the 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 reflection I want people to see of me is a very calculated, spontaneous in my own way. I love to be spontaneous, but I'm very calculated when it comes to certain things in my life. I don't like to take my anger out of my pocket. I leave it in my pocket. I've got anger just like everybody else, but I try to leave it in my pocket. Does me no good. All it's ever done is get my eyes black, my nose busted. I ain't a very big fella, so I ain't never been the one to be on the winning side of things. Even when I did win, I lost. Uh, because I've always, as a youngin, you just quick mouth off and all that kind of stuff and everything. And these days, I just try to, not that I'm certainly not a coward. It's not a cowardice reason. It has never won me anything. My anger has never gotten me anywhere but in trouble when I allow myself to react in that kind of way. Now, it doesn't mean things don't make me mad. It just means I keep it in my pocket, and I kind of give myself the space to work it out in my way instead of in a out loud kind of way. Um, Still doesn't mean, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. I'm far from it, but I try hard these days. I try real hard to give my just like with reactions about things. Um, Man, I try to give myself that few seconds. Somebody mouths off to me or somebody says something smart to me. Hey, Miss Patty, if you're still out there, God bless your soul. I had to go out to the post office to mail your package um to you, and shout out to you. I hope that it brings you joy. My sister made the little basket and bookmark for you. I had to, man, I hope it just gets there in one piece. But anyway, um got it all mailed off and everything, but that lady out there at the post office, she was about as helpful as that box sitting on my damn windowsill right there. I went in and I said, "Yeah, I'd like to mail this." I had this, I had what I needed to mail off. I'm like, "I'd like to mail this. I'd like something to put it in." Well, she points me over to this corner with this old ass, excuse me, with this old scale. I mean, it was old, like one. Anyway, and a bunch of boxes that they weren't even put together boxes. Like you had to be a skilled box putter together in order to be able to use it. But anyway, they're over there in the corner. I put like two of them. I put them together and realized, well, the one was like that big. I could have stuffed a whole. I could have stuffed the flat screen TV in it and mailed it down there. Well, that wasn't no good. And then I got the other one, and it was only like that. It was like it went from these huge options to this really stupid option, and then you had these silly envelopes that was supposed to be what. Anyway, I go back over to the counter, and this lady, like I'm trying to give her credit where maybe she was having a busy day because we ended well. We ended well, but I said I just need some help. There ain't no box over there. It works for me. I will pay whatever. I just need some help. And lo and behold, she reaches under, didn't even have to take a step away from the counter and pulls out a box. The box that will be the box that your package is in. Perfect little box already put together. All I had to do was just write an address on it. Where was that 15 minutes ago before I went over and stood in the car? So I told her, I said, "Now, ma'am, that's help. That is help." When she pulled that box up from behind the counter, I wanted to explode and be like, "Why, where were you?" But I didn't say it like that. But I did say, "Now that's help. Now that is help." I let her know that that was help. And then I did have to throw a jab in. I did throw it, not a physical jab. I didn't punch the lady. She'd have probably wore me out. But I did say, this might be why that UPS and FedEx are getting all y'all's business. I didn't really mean it as an insult. I just meant it. I just was being honest. That was just me being just giving them a customer perspective because I was like, when I first went in, she acted like she didn't want to talk to me, like I had a wart growing out of my face. And I looked over in the reflection of the one window, it was real clear, and I didn't have nothing like that on my face. So I'm over there in the corner for about 15 minutes talking to myself, telling myself how pitiful it is for them to have this little cheesy corner for everybody to have to go to try to find a box that ain't even there. They don't even have nothing that they don't even have an example of how big the box is going to be. You got to stand there, put the box together so that you can see how big the box is going to be. And they only have one that was big enough for a body and then another one that was big enough for a little postcard. And it was like, well, that none of them were going to work. So I just let her kinda know that that's why UPS and FedEx but I told her, I said, "Ma'am, there's people just like me that are willing to give the couple extra bucks or whatever." It wasn't even I don't care. It was just like, I just appreciate the help because that aggravated me. I went over there that corner and there was this old thing. I don't even know, it must have been rooted there from when the store was built. I don't know. Oh, and she just pointed at the corner. She said, Over there is where you find the boxes that you need," and didn't even ask me like what you got or like. I tried to ask her like how I like like I just need to know like the postage or what. Anyway, she acted like she didn't even want to talk to me at first, and man, that irked me. So I went over and stood in the corner and talked to myself for about 15 minutes. Put together a couple boxes that wouldn't work, and I went carrying up this last little box I put together that was totally not the right size. I was going and then she looked me right in the face and she said, because she used some tape on the box that she gave me. And she said, I'm supposed to charge you for the tape, but I'm not going to. I said, yes, you are going to charge me for that tape. I want every strip of it too. I mean, daggone, if that, I mean, charge me for the tape, for Christ's sakes. Just add it on. You don't have to tell people you're charging them for the tape. Just raise the price a couple pennies and just charge me for Christ. Just ring it up. Tell me what it's going to cost to get this from here to here. Man, I mean, it was bad, and I was like, "Well, this is why the post office is suffering. If this is at least in our area, I can tell you." And I'm not talking crap. Well, I guess I am talking crap, but I would say I'd say it right to them. Like, why did I have to go over there? Like, there was nobody else in that building, not one other soul in that building besides her and me for about 15 minutes while I was over there in that corner. And you know how you are. Well, I know I say how you are. I act like it's normal. I'm that guy. I'm over in the corner talking to myself loud enough that the whole there's no way that anybody in that building doing anything didn't hear that I was talking to myself about how pitiful that everything was and about the boxes being stupid. And then I go over there, I stand in line right now. This is another, I'm not telling the whole story. The whole story that really irked me was nobody's in the building. I go over there, nobody's in the building. She's sitting back there, right there, like doing her. I mean, I seen her she was doing something, whatever. It wasn't like she was just sitting there looking at me and wasn't going to help me, but she was doing something. She done her something, whatever, and just kept doing it. And I know she seen me because, I stuck up about that much further than what the counter was. So I know that she had to see me because I seen her. Well, she never got up to come help me until somebody else walked through the door. So that gave me a little bit of an audience, which I don't mind working in front of an audience. So that kindly spurred me along a little bit to kindly point out that, dang, where was this box about 15 minutes? I mean, she pulled out the perfect size box, about like that. Now that box wasn't over, the kind of box that she had wasn't over there, but she had it right there under the counter. Right there. If she'd let me peek over the counter, I probably could have seen it myself. Well, why couldn't we do that 15 minutes ago? Why did you send me to the corner? You know how much time I spent in the corner in school? I don't want to be sent to the corner no more. She sent me all the way to the corner, and then nothing there was even right. I I don't know. I don't know. I could have put it in a pizza box. That one was like a pizza box. It was like, I don't need a pizza box. I'm not sending them a pizza pie. I don't need that. Man, it was crazy. This could be an act on the road like Ginger Billy. Hey, God bless Thick Chicks. I love Ginger Billy, man. And I can wear this with pride too, Miss Patty, because my wife bought it for me. So anybody says anything, I'll be like, man, my wife bought it for me. I have to wear it. I have no choice. Like a Twilight Zone episode, your choices are body size box. I know that's the problem. I was like, it went from such a drastic size. There was one that was like, well, there was several that were big, like that, like you're mailing a tire on a car or something. I just needed a box. I didn't need a pizza box. But what irked me was the fact that, I mean, she wouldn't even give me like she didn't even give me 5 seconds of conversation when I walked up to the counter when I first walked in. If she would have give me 5 to 10 seconds of explanation of what I needed, we could have solved that issue, had your stuff in the box and in the mail and gone. Instead, she played so busy that she couldn't sacrifice 5 to 10 seconds to hear what I was needing and be able to do that. It took that other 15 minutes of runaround for her to, and speaking up for myself, like, man, look, you guys don't have much of a choice over there. Do you even know how to put these boxes together? Like, seriously. I mean, it was a pain in the neck, and I put like 2 boxes together, and I'm like, well, good Lord, I don't need nothing this big. I could mail a car. It was something, man, but that lady, I mean, I was being dead. I know she might have thought I was just being a smart aleck, and I was in my own sort of way. I was a little bit perturbed, but I wasn't angry, but I was just perturbed, like, man, what the heck? Why didn't you just give me that box? Why didn't you just give me that box when I first walked in? If you'd have give me 5 seconds to tell you what I needed, you'd have said, oh, well, right here's a box. Nah, she was too busy for that. And there wasn't nobody there. That was the thing. There wasn't nobody there. And then she waits for there to be somebody come in behind me. I guess she thought that maybe I wouldn't. No, I'm still going to kind of let you know that might be why that the post office is suffering. Might be why the post office is suffering in many places. I don't know, lady. I mean, I'm sure she's a wonderful person, but she didn't do a good job. Not at first. Now at the end, when I kind of called her out on, like, I told her, I said, now that's help. She pulled out that box. I was like, now that's help. Thank you. Thank you. That's perfect. That's beautiful. I mean, it was like, that's all I was asking. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. Yeah, the DMV is a lot like, hey, you know what though? Let me retract that. Brandon. For us, our little DMV, the last couple times I've been there, knock on wood, but they've got it set up differently than they had it set up before. And the way that they cycle you through there, man, I was in and out. It's been super impressive. Now we live in a small town though. We don't live in a big area like where you're at. But it used to be a little bit of an excursion to go to the DMV, but now they've got it set up where they cycle you through. But our post office, on the other hand, I like to give people, I'm going to give her grace, man. Maybe she was truly busy at that particular moment, and I'm sure she was. But man, the 5 or 10 seconds that she could have sacrificed for me right as I came through the door could have changed the entire outcome of the way I felt about my visit to my local post office. It's my local post office, And I totally was like, man, you got to be kidding me. This is the best. This is the best you can do. But yet our post office is suffering. Well, it's not hard to figure out why. Like, you could have sacrificed 10 seconds of a greeting for me, allowed me to give you my information, like what I was actually needing, and we could have solved this issue right as I walked through the door. Right as I walked through the door, you could grab that box. I could have went over there, done all that I need to do, and then handed it back to you and give you the money to send it and been done. No, no, acting like she couldn't talk to me when I first went in. I thought I mean, I thought maybe I had something on my face, but I looked and it wasn't. You do catch more flies with honey. That's so true. I remember the days where you would have to go an hour early to get in line. Now they only go through appointment. See, ours don't do the appointments yet. Thank God. We just walk in, get it done. I let my license expire on me this past year on my birthday. You only have to get them every 6 years or something like that. Well, man, I let that crap. I'd forgot, and then I don't even remember now how it was I figured out that my license was expired. I can't even remember now how I figured out it was expired, but anyway, I had to go out there and get it done. But I wasn't there about 30 minutes to get my get a picture taken, license paid for, and out and gone. Oh, I can't complain about our DMV, but I do have to say that it did disappoint me, but she made up for it at the end. She got me your box, Miss Patty. I hope everything gets there in good shape. I had a heck of a time. Oh, but I did get it. Oh, me and that lady, we had to have her. Man, if she'd have pulled that box out on me first off when I first went in there, man, it ought to have been like, man, this is the best post office in the whole freaking world. But that ain't the way it went down for me. Yeah, I swear. I was just so frustrated, man. She sent me over there. I wish I should have took a picture. I should have. I didn't even think about it. I was so frustrated just because of the way wouldn't give me no time at all when I first went in. So she just pointed me over to cut me off in mid sentence, like pointing me over to the corner. And then I get over to the freaking corner, and it was like, I don't know, man. Everything that is a nightmare to me was right there in that corner. It was shelves. There was this old rickety little scale from 1762 or something. I don't even know. It was old. And an old countertop didn't even have a pen. And I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do with this? Does she just want me to stand over here for a little while? Because there was nothing else for me to do. I put a couple boxes together. I didn't leave them together, though. I unfolded them, put them back in the shelf. I wasn't going to leave them. I wasn't, no. No, let somebody else figure out how to do it. I spent the time it took to put me a couple of them together. Somebody else can spend a little bit of time to put them together, a couple too. Didn't even have good instructions. But anyway, they didn't even have nothing there to tell you what to do. That was another thing. It seriously was a corner with shelves and some random boxes that weren't even put together. They were just flat boxes, like pizza boxes. And you had to try to choose which one was going to be which for what you needed. And it was pitiful. It was pitiful. It truly was pitiful. I mean, and then I go to the counter, and sure enough, she reaches right below the counter and pulls out a box. You'll see the box when it gets to. She pulls that box out, and I'm like, "Well, that's perfect. I mean, that's a box. If you can put this in the mail in that box, that's the box for me. I love that box. It looked wonderful to me. Had everything, even a lid. Well, that's perfect. Let's do that box. And I don't know. She was something though, man. It's frightening. She said it's frightening. It is frightening. You know what I'm talking about. Uh, yeah, you are. Laugh all you want, Brandon. Because I'm telling you, man, that lady don't realize just what kind of pressure she had me under for a few minutes over in that corner. Like it was a growth. It was a growing up moment as a man for me in that corner. Because man, everything in me wanted to explode, and everything was kind of loud in there, kind of echoey. And I made sure that I talked loud enough that my echo, you know, my echo went. I know she know how I felt about the corner because I let the corner know while I was standing in it how I felt about the corner. I let each box know how stupid it was, loud enough that I felt like that it was plenty audible for everybody to be able to hear, even though it was just me and her in there. Hey, thank you, Miss Patty. Thank you. I appreciate you doing. Did that go to I can't tell. Let me tell who I can't tell who it went to. Did it go to Brandon? Oh man, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. See, I didn't know. I don't know. It's random. You know what I mean? Like when somebody thank you, Miss Patty. Thank you for doing that. Shout out to Miss Patty. I appreciate you. I hope you find joy in it though, because it was funny. It was funny in the end because I got you took care of, and it was comical. Just the routine that it was like, are you kidding me, man? Like, oh, and I could have done it right here. I could have legitimately we've got so many boxes that my wife gets like with those what the hell are they called? The Sensies. Sensies. She burns them things all the time. Well, she's got 150,000 different options of boxes. I could have found me something. I could have made you a wooden box in the time that it took me to stand in that corner and work things out in my head and complain. I could have made you a wonderful box and just mailed you the whole box. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why that I didn't just do that. Now that I'm thinking about that, this is the funny part. I'm sitting here looking at a box right now that is empty, that is almost, I wish it's probably the perfect, and I ain't even bull crapping. I got to show you just because I'm telling you. Like I could have totally used that box right there. Like I could have. That lady just needed to see me at the post office. That's really what it boils down to. Apparently, she needed to see me, and I needed to see her because I grew as a person that day. Uh, but that was funny, man. I thought, man, what in the world is going on here? All I want, I mean, like I say, that box right there would have probably, I could have made that work. That would have worked actually perfect. Then think about that. I just thought that they would have boxes. Like I sincerely, I guess in my brain, I sincerely thought that I would go there and there would be this beautiful wall of boxes displayed for me to choose from to pick out, to put my stuff in, to mail. I envisioned walking in like when you go into a shoe store and you got all them rows of shoes up through there, and then you got the boxes slid under there so that you can find the off one of the one that's on the shoe. Anyway, you got all these boxes, and I could just envision when I walked in the post office door and the front desk opened up with all of its glory. I just knew that there was going to be a whole wall lined up in the back full of different size box, any box you could think of. That wasn't there. That wasn't there because I looked all around. There was nothing back there like that. There was some boxes of other people's that they had brought from somewhere else. but there wasn't any boxes for me. That wasn't there though. But there was that scary corner the lady sent me to with very little instruction. That was the thing. Like I'm thinking to myself, like if I seen someone like me, I would feel like that I probably needed some instruction. That's just, I mean, I'm just being honest. Like if I seen me, I'd be like, well, I'm gonna give them some pretty clear instructions so that they'll have every chance in the world of succeeding at this. I feel like that I bring that to the table each interaction that I have with people. I feel like that comes out naturally. And this lady just totally didn't even recognize it. She did not even see that. She was clearly caught up in whatever she had going on and was not worried about me at all. But anyway, I'm sure that somebody else could have probably went in there and done what you was supposed to do better, quicker, but I couldn't. It took me the time it took me. Oh man, dude, man, thank you, Miss Patty. Welcome, Brandon. I'm just now getting started with the memberships, and I'm glad to have you, man. Thank you. I'm glad to have all of you. I really am. It's awesome. It's getting late. Hey, man, you have a wonderful night too, Brandon. I'm getting ready to get off here myself, man. It's felt good to get on here and just kind of talk some things through and let y'all know where my headspace is and what's going on. And like I say, man, if you guys would like to join in, you know that I would love to have you. But for my sake and I know that my mother would personally enjoy it, I am gonna as part of a live stream, I'm gonna start having, at least once a week, probably more of, we're just gonna open the Bible and we're gonna talk about things, not in an intrusive kind of way or anything like that, just something where we can share and talk about some stuff. And for me, I know that this is a time in my life that knowledge is power, and everything I need is to not only help lead through this journey, but to be led through this journey is right there within that book. So yeah, we're gonna take time and do that, and it's gonna be in the mornings. Sometime. Hey, good night. Good night. Good night. PTN. Good night. Good night. I see you there on Monday. Yeah, man. I understand, Brandon. I'm gonna find out from my mother. It's gonna be on my mother's call what time works for her. It's probably gonna be morning time though, because it'll be morning time. But I'm probably gonna start Monday, if that works with schedule. Depending on what's coming up. I'm saying Monday, but I know that that's the day that I'd like, unless there's something comes up between now and then that takes up that day. Uh, but yeah, still got We Be Jamming the last Saturday of each month. I think I can't. Is this Saturday the last Saturday of this month? I don't even know, guys. And it's my mom and dad's 65th anniversary, the 26th of April. 65th. Let's see, mommy was 16 when they got married. Mom's 79. So 64, is that right? 63. 60. This will be their 64th year anniversary, I think. But anyway, got that this weekend. Got Weeby Jam, and I believe is this weekend as well. But we're going to start that Monday or Tuesday, whichever one works for my mom. I'm saying Monday, but if for some reason that's not going to work, then you know, uh, I'll figure out another day. But that's what's on my heart, guys. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just make that, but I'm still gonna be doing my Wednesday thing, and I'm still gonna do other stuff. But that's just something that I want to do, as a personal thing. Uh, hey, work alone, but good to see you, Brandon. I appreciate you stopping in anytime that you have. Anytime you have a chance, I appreciate it, man. Thank you to PTN. I see you there. Uh, she is a good, knowledgeable woman. Yeah, she's definitely been a mentor for me my whole life. Thank you, chosen. I see you there. Thank you. I'm coming through the comments. I'm sorry if I missed your comment. It's not intentional. I see you, but I thank you all. Yeah, man. It's they've been married for. I hope I'm not wrong. My mom was 16, so 10 is 69 and 6 it might be this might be 64 years. I think this might be their 64th year. But either way, that's a lifetime, guys. Like that's a lifetime. Like that's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable to me. That crazy. Um, but yeah, lot going on, but we're going to keep it that way. We're going to add some things in as we see fit. I've been promising along the way that there was going to be more live streams because I enjoy doing this. So I'm going to add in what I'm going to just refer to right now as a Bible talk this week coming. There's probably going to be other days, other times, whatever. But right now, I know that it's going to be in the morning, and whatever works for mom, that's what I'm going to do. And Yeah, we're just going to see what goes from there until otherwise. But guys, I appreciate every one of you. Thank you again, Miss Patty. I hope your package gets there in one piece. There's nothing really breakable, so I'm not super worried about it. As long as that it should get there in the next day or two. Like I say, I was a little bit late getting it mailed off from when I said I was going to, but I did have a good reason. It wasn't because I didn't want to. I just had good reason. But it is in the mail and it will be getting to you. And I do appreciate the gifted memberships you've done and the memberships that you have given the people. Thank you so much for that. I do appreciate it. I really do. I don't know any other way to say it other than to say thank you sincerely. And I hope that you enjoy your gifts. It's not nothing crazy. It's not nothing like that, but I just hope they bring you joy. I hope they bring you joy. So they should be there by the end of the week, I hope. I can't remember now. I don't even remember if it might say on the receipt. I don't even know. I didn't even look. Once I handed it to the all-knowing lady behind the counter, I I I I pretty well cleared space from I pretty well got out of her way quickly. Uh, I let her have it after that. I figured that was all hers, but it should be there in the next day or two. But guys, I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night. Brandon, have a good night. PTN, have a good night. Brother Matt, Matiko Dillard, I appreciate you. Chosen Daltrey, I appreciate you. Brandon, thank you again, my brother. Thank you for being here, man. Miss Patty, once again, thank you for the gifted membership. Brandon in Palm Beach, shout out to you. Brother Clint, thank you, my friend. Thank you, man. Gen X Effect in the house. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate it. I'm trying to make sure I spoke to everybody, but I'm thinking, let's see, that's who Tristan Ward. Shout out to you, man. Last Wednesday had some internet issues. I get it. That happens sometimes, but we appreciate you always. Appreciate you being here. Thank you. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Kyle Vlog, I see you. Mimi Bear, I'm almost up to the top. Yeah, I made it. I made it all the way through. So shout out to everybody. Thank you again. Appreciate it. I'll be back Wednesday, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Going to be Monday. I'm thinking around 8 o'clock in the morning. We're going to start our little Bible talk session, and I'll add some different times and stuff in. I will be letting my members know. I'll do a better job of keeping y'all posted and everything. And I just needed a few days this past week. I had to take some space, guys, and y'all understand. But we'll be sharing. We'll be sharing along the way and along the journey. That's what this is all about for me. And I just appreciate all the support, all the good vibes. My family, we appreciate it. Prayers, thoughts, good vibes, just keeping us lifted up. So we just appreciate it. We feel it. We thank you. And I'll be seeing you guys again. We be jamming. I think this is the last Saturday. But anyway, we be jamming last Saturday of the month with um Pharaoh and Big Jack at Big Jack Storytime, and it'll be streaming from here. And some random stuff coming up. I'll keep doing my random lives as my 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 times get straightened out and I get figured out and everything. Y'all understand. But guys, I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna end her out here with a little song that I wrote. Let's see. Let's see which one is that one. I don't even know which one it is. I don't even know which one it is, but I'm gonna end it out. I know it's one of mine. Guys, always good vibes to all of my beautiful people. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you guys. I've been around, I've seen some things, I've moved so fast, you'd better not blink. I've lived and loved, I've loved and lost. When I met you, I sure did fall head over heels in love with you. It's all the little things that you do. You pick me up and you stand me tall. When I met you, I sure did fall head over heels in love with you. I rush right home when my work day's done, so I can see you and my son. You pick me up and you stand me tall. When I met you, I sure did fall head over heels in love with you. It's all the little things that you do. You pick me up and you stand me tall. When I met you, I sure did fall head over heels in love with you. Head over heels in love